Hi, boys and girls. So, for tonight's read aloud, I have a great story to share to you. It's called A Mama for Owen. And I'll read the jacket cover for you first. Owen, the baby hippo, and his mama were best friends. They loved to play hide and seek on the banks of a river in Africa. That was all before the tsunami came and washed Owen's world away. But after the rain stops, Owen befriends Emzy, a grayish-brown tortoise. He plays with him, snuggles with him, and decides he just might turn out to be his best friend and a brand new mama. Inspired by the tsunami of 2004, this story was created based on a true story. So I'll share, before we read it, some pictures. Kind of hard to see because it's a photocopy. But these are pictures of the real Emzy and Owen hanging out. Okay. And if you want, I'll share the articles with your teacher so that they can share those with you too. Okay, so let's read A Mama for Owen. Owen was a very young hippo. He lived with his mother, his father, his aunts, and his cousins on the bank of a river in Africa. Owen loved the river, but even more, he loved his great grayish brown, or she was brownish gray, mama. Every day, Owen and his mama slept together. They swam together. They ate together. Even when Mama left the river to graze in the moonlight, Owen followed close behind her stubby tail. Best of all, Owen loved to play hide and seek. Mama hid and Owen found her. And every time he found his mama, he licked her friendly face, laid his head on her broad back, and smiled his great pink smile. But all that was before the rain began to fall. The rain fell, and it fell, and it fell. The Sabaki River rose, and it rose, and it rose. The river ran faster and faster and faster. The river rose so high and ran so fast that it washed Owen and his mother and his father and his aunts and his cousins all the way out to sea. Owen roared for his mama, but his mama did not answer. He roared louder. No mama. He searched and searched, but his mama wasn't hiding. She was lost, and Owen was alone in the sea. He roared and roared and roared until finally he lost even his roar. And that was when the great wave came and washed Owen back to shore. Owen was befuddled and weak and very, very sad. He looked all around this new place. This wasn't his river. He looked around some more. Where was his mama? Then Owen saw something brownish gray. Or was it grayish brown? He wasn't sure, but he staggered over and snuggled next to it. Look at how sweet. And the very old tortoise, whose name was Emzy, lay very still while Owen waited for sleep to come. When Owen woke, he looked again at the tortoise. Emzy was colored just like his mama. Emzy was large, just like his mama. Emzy had stayed very close when Owen needed him, just like his mama used to do. Owen laid his head on Emzy's broad back and slept some more. Now Owen and Emzy sleep together. They swim together. They eat together. Whenever Emzy goes for a walk in the moonlight or sunlight, Owen follows close behind his stubby tail. Owen's favorite game is still hide and seek. Emzy slips beneath the water and Owen plunges in to find him. Emzy nestles in the long grass and Owen peers through the grass until he spots him. Emzy rests behind a rock and Owen searches and searches until there is Emzy. And whenever Emzy takes a nap tucked away inside his brownish gray, or is it grayish brown shell, Owen waits and waits and waits until he can find Emzy once more. Then when he finds Emzy, Owen licks his friendly face, lays his head on the tortoise's broad back, and smiles his great pink smile. Look at that smile. So boys and girls, I'm going to read to you the author's note because I told you this was based on a true story about the tortoise and the hippo. And the author wrote, "The story of Owen and a great giant tortoise named Emzy, which means old man in Swahili, is a true one. Owen was rescued by the Kenya Wildlife Service and local fishermen after the hippo and his family were washed down the Sabaki River by a flood, and he was brought back to shore by a tsunami wave. Owen was less than a year old. Hippopotamus calves ordinarily stay with their mothers for 4 years, and no one could find his mother. So they brought him to Heller Park, a nature preserve outside of Mombasa. There, the lonely young hippo chose Emzy, a 130-year-old male tortoise, to be his mother. And Emzy doesn't seem to mind one little bit." I thought you guys would love this sweet story about a little calf hippo who found a new mama and a new best friend in a big, very old tortoise. Have sweet dreams, boys and girls.